Hi everyone and welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today we're taking a look at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Noir from the Lizard Build-A-Figure wave. If you want to pick this guy up and the rest of the wave, you can do so at Big Bad Toy Store. There'll be a link in the description below. Spider-Man Noir is by far one of the most unique and definitely one of my favourite Spider-Man designs there is. And I also adore Punisher, which means I love the Epic Heroes wave Punisher figure, which is where we get this cloak coming from. So the two of those mixed together means I love the character and I love the parts that are used to make the character. So this is definitely a match made in heaven, but it is not perfect, so we'll get to that in just 1 second. First, let's take a look at the rest of the box. Here we have the art on the side of the box, which actually shows the guns he's actually holding in package. And then coming around to the back, we have a little bio and the character image and everyone else in the wave. I've already reviewed Lasher, and next up we're going to be taking a look at Spider-Punk. So let's go ahead and get this thing open and take a closer look. And here's Spider-Man out of the packaging, and this figure is really, really awesome. So first off, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. You can see that he's got one gun in his hand. He does come with two, and he does have two hands that can hold the gun very well, except the trigger finger doesn't quite go inside the trigger guard because the guard is pretty small. I believe these guns came with the Chameleon figure. And my major problem with the gun itself is not that it looks bad. I really do like the design of these weapons. It's just the fact that, you know, if this is meant to be a, 1930s style Spider-Man, he's meant to really come with like a revolver or something, and that's normally what we see him with in the comics. These guns do look really good, and they still suit the figure really well. I just would have loved a more classic design. So whilst it's not perfect in their choice of weapon and the fact that the fingers don't go perfectly inside the trigger guards, it still holds it pretty well, and we still get accessories, so that's pretty good. But then also, we actually get a holster as well, which looks fantastic. It holds the gun really, really well, and I would have loved this on plenty of other figures. And also, definitely that Punisher, it hides it under the coat very well. The only annoying thing is that there's only one of them when we have two pistols, so why not give us a second holster? I'm happy that we get two pistols, and I'm happy that we at least get one holster because we could have got none. So at least it's something, it's a step in the right direction, but definitely Hasbro needs to put more holsters on more of their figures to hold more of the accessories. Especially with the fact that a lot of this figure is actually reused parts, so they've sort of saved a lot of money on this figure. We've got the Ghost Rider torso up here, Ghost Rider legs. The boots, I think, are new. They look really, really cool with the sort of straps on the side there and everything. And the arms right here are the Ghost Rider arms. We have a really, really nicely sculpted, and the fact that it's grey is fantastic. It makes it stand out and everything. That sort of turtleneck sweater sort of look right there around the neck, that's fantastic. And that head sculpt, that thing looks beautiful. The stitches look fantastic on the top. You've got the awesome kind of facial expression coming through that cloth over the mouth there. Really nicely painted goggles and everything. Really, really nice. And another thing, this coat sits a little bit tighter over this body than that Punisher did. So it actually has a much more seamless look around the shoulders, which I really do like. And I love the mixture of the slightly glossier, more satin torso, then down to the matte trousers, and then to the nice glossy boots and everything. It's a really nice overall composition, and although this Spider-Man cannot get into crazy poses that we used to Spider-Man getting into these days with like a butterfly joint and really crazy hips and this, that, and the other, obviously the coat is going to hinder a lot of that articulation, but just like you saw at the start, you can still get him in really good kind of like crouch poses and stuff, so he's definitely not just a vanilla pose Spider-Man standing there next to the rest of your collection. You can definitely get him in some really good poses, so the articulation goes as follows. The head can move up and down, left and right, and pivot a little bit side to side. Shoulders can come out to the side and rotate all the way around. You got rotation at the upper part of the arm, double jointed elbow, and then a rotation and a hinge there at the wrist. Although on this side, kind of disappointing, it's a little bit loose over here. I might be able to heat that up and then kind of squeeze it back, but it's just kind of opened up a little bit. So it might be fixable, I don't really know, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter all that much. We do have a really nice ab crunch, so it crunches forward really nicely. It does go back, but you can't utilize it because of the coat. So that's the first hindrance, and then obviously you got the rotation here at the waist. The legs move out to the side, not hindered by the coat, as you can see. forward and back, and then you've got the rotation at the hips, the double jointed knees, which is really where you start to get hindering, because obviously you move so far and the coat's going to be below the legs, so he can't sit in any kind of proper spider crouch poses with both feet together. And then down here at the feet, really stiff, but they do move up and down, very, very stiff there, and with the ankle pivot as well. Overall, the figure looks amazing. It looks exactly as it should, and it's a perfect reuse of parts. Absolutely amazing choices. Articulation is much to be expected from something with a jacket on, and still executes a ton of poses that look fantastic. Obviously, accessory-wise, I'm glad that we do get some guns with this guy. That's very important. And having at least one holster is amazing. I just would have loved two, and I would have loved them to be revolvers. They do actually have the molds for revolvers. I think it was Misty Knight came with one, albeit it was gold. That would probably be perfect for this figure, and the trigger guard for that might be big enough for the fingers to actually work with them even better. So that might actually be a good tip if you go ahead and pick up a couple of those figures, repaint those revolvers and use them with this guy, and that'll make it even more accurate. So I definitely do recommend this figure. If you are into Spider-Man Noir whatsoever, you have been wanting this figure pretty much ever since the start of Legends, and now you can finally get it. So there's not much that I don't like about this figure, so I would definitely recommend it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to check out more from me, there's some videos on screen right now, and you can go ahead and check out my social media. There's links in the description below. For more Marvel Legends reviews, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.